Welcome to AmeenAcademy.com. Now let us do in history of Muslim world the Seljuk dynasty. Seljuk, the founder of the Seljuk dynasty, was a Turkmen chief. He entered Transoxiana and settled near Bukhara. His descendants Tugril Beg and Chagar Beg invaded Khorasan, annexed the western province of the Ghaznavid Empire, and finally absorbed the remaining dominions of the Buwayhids. The Seljuks were in power from 1037 to 1300 AD. Here are some key events in the history of the Seljuk dynasty. In 1037, Tugril and his brother Chagri established the Seljuk Empire. In 1194, the Seljuk Empire collapses after the defeat of Togrul by Takas, the Shah of Khwarezmid Empire. In 1308, Mesud II, the last Seljuk Vassal Sultan of the Ilkhanate, is murdered. In 1243, the Seljuks are defeated by the Mongols at the Battle of Khosdag. In 11th and 14th centuries, the Seljuk Empire rules part of the Central Asia and the Middle East. 11th century to 13th century, the Seljuk age lasts. In 1063 to 72, Alp Arslan is the second Sultan of the Seljuk Turks. In 1063 to 92, Nizam al-Mulk is a Persian vizier of the Seljuk Sultans. The Seljuks were a Turkic Sunni Muslims dynasty that ruled over a Persianate empire. They were devout Sunnis who saw themselves as the protectors of Sunni Islam and the Abbasid Caliphate. The Seljuks adopted Persian culture and language, thus which partly displaced Arabic as a literary language in Iran. Seljuk ruling military family of the Oğuz, Turkic tribes that invaded southwestern Asia in the 11th century and eventually founded an empire that included Mesopotamia, Syria, Palestine, and most of Iran. Their advance marked the beginning of Turkic power in the Middle East. A brief treatment of the Seljuks follows. For full treatment, that this enough here. Now, during the 10th century, the migration of the Turkic people from Central Asia and southeastern Russia, one group of nomadic tribes led by a chief named Seljuk, settled in the lower reaches of the Syr Darya, ancient Jaxartes River, and later converted to the Sunni form of Islam. They played a part in the frontier defense forces of the Samanids and later of Muhammad of Ghazna. Seljuks' two grandsons, Chagri Beg and Togril Beg, enlisted Persian support to win realms of their own. Chagri controlled the greater part of the Khorasan and Togril at his death in 1063, heading an empire that included western Iran and Mesopotamia. Under the Sultans Alp Arslan and Malik Shah, the Seljuk Empire was extended to include all of Iran and Mesopotamia and Syria, including Palestine. In 1071, Alp Arslan defeated an immense Byzantine army at Manzikert and captured the Byzantine Emperor Romanus IV Diogenes. The way was open for Turkmen Seljuks to settle in Asia Minor. Because of Togril Beg's victory over the Buyuts in Baghdad in 1055, the Seljuks came to be seen as the restorers of Muslim unity under the Sunni Caliphate. While Alp Arslan, the Malik Shah, expanded the empire of the frontier of Egypt, the Seljuk vizier Nizam al-Mulk oversaw the empire's organization during both their reigns. The Seljuk Empire, political as well as religious in character, left a strong legacy to Islam. During the Seljuk period, a network of madrasas, that is Islamic colleges, was founded, capable of giving uniform training to the state's administrators and religious scholars. Among the many mosques built by the sultans was the great mosque of Isfahan, the Masjid-e-Jam. Persian cultural autonomy flourished in the Seljuk Empire because of the Turkmen Seljuks had no Islamic tradition or strong literary heritage of their own. They adopted the cultural language of their Persian instructors in Islam. Literary Persians thus spread to the whole of Iran, and the Arabic language disappeared in that country except in works of religious scholarship. The Seljuk Empire was unable to prevent the rise of the Nizari Ismailis, a Shiite sect, through to be responsible for the killing of Vizier Nizam al-Mulk in 1092. More importantly, the empire was undermined by the Seljuks' practice of dividing provinces among deceased rulers' sons, thus creating numerous independent and unstable principalities. Internecine struggles for power followed. The last of the Iranian Seljuks died on the battlefield in 1194, and by 1200 Seljuk power was at an end everywhere except in Anatolia. Al-Parsalan's victory at Manzikert in 1071 had opened the Byzantine frontier to Oghuz tribesmen, and they soon established themselves as mercenaries in the Byzantine local struggles. Their employment by rival Byzantine generals vying for the throne Constantinople, now Istanbul, gained them increasing influences, and gradually they assumed control of Anatolia as allies of the Byzantine emperor. They were driven to the interior of Anatolia by crusaders in 1097, hemmed in between the Byzantine Greeks on the west and by the crusader states in Syria on the east. The Seljuk troops organized their Anatolian domain as the Sultanate of Rum. Through its population included Christians, Armenians, Greeks, Syrians, and Iranian Muslims. Rum was considered to be Turkey by its contemporaries. Commerce, agricultural, and art thrived in the kingdom, where tolerance of races and religion contributed to order and stability. The war against the Khwarizm Shah dynasty of Iran, instigated in 1230 by the Rum Sultan Ala ad-Din Kaikobad, first led ultimately to the disintegration of Rum and of Seljuk power. The loss of the Khwarezmian buffer state meant that when the invading Mongols reached Turkey's eastern frontiers, the Seljuks could not fend them off. The Battle of Ghuzz in 1243, Seljuk autonomy was lost forever. For a time, the Seljuk Sultanate continued as a Mongol province, although some Turkmen emirs maintained small principalities of their own in distant mountainous districts. The Seljuk dynasty died out at last early in the 14th century. So far we discussed about Seljuk dynasty. We have done. Please subscribe our YouTube channel.